The first. Track good, 5 starters, the all clear given, 1100 metres the distance. And they're racing. Dantana jumped away well. Gibbano was a little bit slow into stride. Appian Way and El Moxie Boy's kicking up in the middle. They've got plenty of pace. El Moxie Boy leading now from Dantana and Appian Way, and they shoot 3 lengths clear of Gibbano, and Storm Prince is on the inside. About 800 left to travel, and El Moxie Boy is clear by a length and a half. Dantana second. 2 lengths back third, Appian Way. Gibbano getting a little bit closer. It's fourth, and last of the 5 runners is Storm Prince. They have 600 metres to travel, and the leader El Moxie Boy with Craig Newitt. A length and a half in front with Dantana second. It's travelled pretty well, and 2 lengths away third was Appian Way. Gibbano's winding up. It's out fourth now, and Storm Prince nearer the rails. Turning into the straight, El Moxie Boy the leader. Dantana's coasted up to him, and Appian Way runs on. Dantana let down now, went to the lead. Appian Way trying to gun it down. Storm Prince has made up some ground, but it's Dantana. He's fighting on strongly, leading from Appian Way. Storm Prince is up to third, but Dantana. Good strong performance from Dantana, and he makes it 4 in a row. Beat Appian Way half a length. Storm Prince third, then El Moxie Boy and Gibbano. Time 63.13. 4 wins in a row to Dantana. Did it effortlessly. He travelled beautifully in the run. 4:30 and 2:10. 1:40 Appian Way, and no third dividend for Storm Prince, who would be in need of the run, but did its best work late. El Moxie Boy weakening for fourth after setting up a solid pace. Dale
Isabella at $7.80. A big day ahead for Alan Thomas, and here he is for the first.
Well, it's a magnificent afternoon here at the Gold Coast, and everything is in readiness for a Magic Millions 2003 Carnival. Our feature races later in today. I can tell you the conditions here in Brisbane or on the Gold Coast are fine, and there's a bit of breeze around, and I can tell you it's in stark contrast to last year when it was around about the 46-degree mark. So these runners are coming into the gates for the first. Emerald Dane about to move in. Screen Jester's our favourite. This could start a big day for Gay Waterhouse and Chris Muntz. Coming up into the line is a Screen Jester. That's Caramel Star about to come forward. Just having a look and see if they've backed anything late here. Oh, gee, Screen Jester. It's the one they've come for here on track. The rider of Venus Treasure, I think, is out of the saddle. Starthy Katsidas and the farrier just attending to it. I can tell you there's not much money in Venus Treasure. Screen Jester very heavily backed here, number 4. No Money Lady Isabella. Marauding Lass, no. And they haven't come for any of the others. So it looks as though this is the one, Screen Jester. He's a nice chestnut horse, or she is. She's a filly, a 3-year-old out of Screen Star, and she looks like Aurora's just a nice chestnut with the white markings. Gay trains it and Chris rides it. We'll start from barrier number 7 here. Now we're waiting on Screen Jester, just walking around behind the Lady Isabella. Marauding Lass just on the move. They're set to go. Off and racing now. And Kootenay off the inside was one of the first to come out of the gates, but went back in a big hurry. Screen Jester's going fast with Fair Decree, and when they settle down at Screen Jester, the heavily back favourite running to the lead. Fair Decree's in second spot, 2 Caramel Star. Lady Isabella's going to settle fourth on the rail. 2 lengths away, Emerald Dane on the outside of Venus Treasure, then Kootenay, Marauding Lass. Kavorka's out 3 deep, and Miscellany last of all. Muntz put on the brakes at the 900 metres mark, and Screen Jester sat back on the bit as the leader. 3 parts to Fair Decree, and 1.5 to Lady Isabella. A half to Caramel Star travels fourth the outside. 1 Venus Treasure, 5th inside Emerald Dane. Then Kootenay on the inside of Marauding Lass, which has been asked to go forward. Kavorka's deep, and last of all Miscellany on the bend, 4.50 to go. Screen Jester the leader. A neck Fair Decree, which has ridden up on the outside. 2 Lady Isabella. She's had a sweet run, and then came Venus Treasure picking up ground from Caramel Star, Marauding Lass and Emerald Dane. Screen Jester's in front, 2.50 to go. From Fair Decree, Caramel Star's coming home on the outside, and Venus Treasure. Screen Jester the leader. Caramel Star, Lady Isabella's in the centre. Venus Treasure's late. Caramel Star's grabbed the lead though from Screen Jester in the shadows of the post. Caramel Star from a 3-way photo. Venus Treasure jumped up out of the ground, as in a very close photo for second and third with Lady Isabella and Screen Jester. Just behind those, Marauding Lass, Emeraldine. Then came behind those Miscellany, Fair Decrees a long way back, and then Kavorka. It just pulled up at the end, and here's one tailed right off Kootenay. Number 11, Caramel Star is the winner. Now, as my memory serves me correctly, was the horse that fell in the Magic Millions Day last year? Caramel Star? I think it was. I think it was one of those horses involved in the fall. I think Matt Bennett rode that horse, and Alan Cowie, I think, was on the other one, which caused Alan, of course, to be now confined to a wheelchair. I'm sure it was the Caramel Star. Anyway, 12 months down the track, instead of falling over, it's come home to win. The winner of the race, number 11, Caramel Star, ridden by Greg Childs. Now, second and third, one's got second, Ina's Treasure. Didn't have a lot of luck at all down the straight, Ina's Treasure. Got out when it was too late. Third goes to number 4, Screen Jester. And fourth goes to number 5, Lady Isabella. The numbers are 11, 1, 4 and 5. 11 Caramel Star, 27.55.50. 1 Ina's Treasure, 3.30. And 4 Screen Jester will pay $1.40. We await the Quinella and the trifecta. The favourite, very heavily backed, Screen Jester, ridden an absolute treat by Chris Muntz. Had a lovely run, kicked at the right time, but just couldn't hold them off. And Caramel
at $3, but Portfolios, as Chris joins us now, and Portfolios has been very, very well backed on track with the money for Portfolios. It's just pushed Ariante out a wee bit, but on course Ariante just a tick under a half a point shorter than Portfolios, who's been a late pickup ride for Darren Beedman when Rod Quinn couldn't ride today following a slight problem in the barrier stalls with an unruly horse at the trials yesterday. Now, Architrave, Master Veloci and a Magic Marbo are the horses to load for the first over 1,200 metres. Fine day, it's about 22 degrees in the western suburbs here at Rosehill. And Craig Carmody coming forward on Magic Marbo for his former boss, Rod Craig. Craig Carmody indentured to Rod, very successful combination. And they're all in now. Off in the first of the day, and Portfolios from the inside jumped as well as anything. Ariante and its stablemate Showcur tackling and heading Portfolios. A length and a half to Zum, followed by Architrave and then Master Veloci, Grand West, and Magic Marbo drops out to last. Settling fully into stride, the favourite Ariante leads now about a half to 3/4 of a length on Showcur. Master Veloci rushing up quickly to be second. Zum is fourth, then Portfolios, followed by Architrave and Grand West, and Absolute another half length away on the outside is Magic Marbo. To the 600 they run, and it's Ariante steadied in the lead, a bit more than a length on Master Veloci, a length the Showcur, similar gap Zum, and then Architrave on the outside of Portfolios, a little bit awkwardly positioned from Grand West, and Magic Marbo to the extreme outside. They straighten up by the 400, and Ariante given full rein now, a length and a half on Architrave, sprinting into second posse. Showcur is third, Master Veloci dropping off, and Beedman back to the inside on Portfolios to make ground, but it's Ariante coming to the 100, a length and a half on Portfolios. He's starting to unwind now. Ariante still in front. Portfolios, will he run out of time? He will. Ariante has beaten Portfolios, looking for longer. Third Architrave, Zum for, then Showcur, followed by Magic Marbo, Grand West, and Master Veloci was last. Number 2, the winner, Ariante, Danny Beasley for Gay Waterhouse by Falonte from Arietta, hence the name. And that's now 5 starts for 3 wins, straight to the lead. And I tell you what, Portfolios is going to make up into a nice horse. He just found that 1,200 a wee bit short for him today by octagonal out of a last Tycoon mare, but he's certainly one to keep in mind for the future. Here are the numbers about to come up. They will read 2 Ariante, Danny Beasley first. Second will go to number 4, Portfolios, written by D. Beedman. And the third place getter will be 3 Architrave, written by D. McClellan, by Woodman Architrave, Gary Portelli. 2, 4, 3 and a 6 the official numbers there. 2, it's an 8. An 8 for 4th. Got to be careful with those digits on the infield screen, the little lights. If there's
Ariante, a tenacious victory in the first at Rosehill Gardens, but the eye-catching run did come from the octagonal youngster Portfolios, finding the line strongly in the finish. Brendan, now they're just about set at Caulfield for race 2. Let's join Dan Malecki.
Russia House still a little distance from the gates here, number 4. She wasn't too keen to go to the gates there and has needed the help of 2 clerks of the course to get up there. There has been support for her today, Russia House. There was last start as well, where she was in a bit of a mood, and she's a little distance from the gates. The others are moving into the stalls. She's My Baby, the firm favourite. Russia House has trimmed up. British Line the next best, and Princess Brook about 4th pick in the race. It was a good second behind She's My Baby at her last run. 1,100 metres the distance of the second event. She's My Baby now at $2 on Super Tab. Has won 4 of her 9 starts. Matt Pumper with the ride. Russia House arrives at the gates with Karen McAvoy. She's drawn the outside stall, Russia House. Trained by Tony Vazel. Has won 2 out of 6. Both her wins have been at Werribee in a maiden and a Class 1. It was money for her last start. In fact, she started favourite in the race. She's My Baby won. The yellow and blue colours set for a start. They're racing now. And British Line jumped away well nearer the inside. Oh So Fine with some speed. Porto Veneer ridden up along the inside. It's Oh So Fine in front of British Line, and Porto Veneer spearing through nearer the inside. Miss Propeller's up to 4th from She's My Baby, wide out around Princess Brook. And then Tullycello, and back to last is Russia House. On settling down, it's Porto Veneer just in front of Oh So Fine. She's My Baby's going up 3 deep. And then Tullycello in the blue and white colours getting up on the inside of British Line. Miss Propeller 3 wide. 4 deep is Princess Brook, and a length away Russia House. Heading up to the turn, they've got 500 metres to travel. Oh So Fine about a half a length in front. Second, She's My Baby. 2 lengths away in third position, Porto Veneer. Next is British Line into the clear. And further back, Russia House has made some ground. Into the straight, it's Oh So Fine, a length in front of She's My Baby. Then British Line. Russia House is making up ground now. Oh So Fine running a great race, led by a length. Trying to peg it back was She's My Baby. It's starting to lift now, the favourite. It's Oh So Fine, She's My Baby. Oh So Fine about a neck in front of She's My Baby, and Oh So Fine has hung on to win and beat She's My Baby, and third in Russia House, then British Line, Porto Veneer, Tullycello, and towards the end of the field, Princess Brook with Miss Propeller.
Care gets back as well. Now True Bliss has begun quickly. Claimers right there. Etna Cord and whipping up on the who's next around on Speck and Bestie Coat.
Handicap. Now Sun Gift to come up. High and Dry has now been led forward. Just looking at the fluctuations here, there's one's been specced here very sneaky late if you've got time. 5 Awesome Warrior. Trained by George Osborne here on the Gold Coast, and Paul Hammersley rides. It's him coming into the gates now. And has been specced at long odds if you're looking for roughies for your multiples. Clanger's our favourite, 420. Just goes to show how open this race really is. Now Breeze Past has moved into the stalls. Trudeau has the rails. First race today won by Caramel Star, trained by Kay Tinsley, ridden by Greg Childs. It was the same race last year in which Caramel Star fell with Matt Bennett, and Alan Cowie had the fall off Northern Friends in the same race 12 months ago. Now Highly Dangerous goes in, and I think we're all set to go. Trudeau's the inside runner, and they're set to run. Stand by for a start. Clanger stands okay, High and Dry, Catenian out wide, Awesome Warrior stands up quietly, so does Philp. Storm Scene might be just on the move. They're set and they're racing now. And Trudeau near the inside, bounded out of the gates, was a length in front when they hit the ground. They're going fast, just the drop with Awesome Warrior, and Contenians 4 deep outside the speed in the run to the first corner. High and Dry 5th, Storm Scene getting to a good spot, 6th on the inside, then Clanger in the middle. Breeze Past scooting forward deep and getting back on the field, Sun Gift, and then came Philp, and Highly Dangerous last of all. Contenian pressed on at the 900 metres mark and went to the lead. Awesome Warrior's going fast up to second, just the drop third, and Trudeau's gone back 4th on the inside from High and Dry. Then Breeze Past out deep on the track, 2 lengths away Storm Scene, then came Sun Gift. Clanger's got back to third last, followed by Philp, and Highly Dangerous last of all. Catenian led at the 450 coming around the bend. Awesome Warrior second, followed by High and Dry. Trudeau looking for the way out, just the drop is deep, and so is Breeze Past as they turn. There's a run for Trudeau on the fence at the 300 metres mark. Trudeau went up to join following Catenian. Philp getting into the clear. Breeze passes coming down the outside. Trudeau hit the lead at the 100. Wanted to shift its ground, but it's clear. Philp in second spot, but Trudeau's going strongly, and Trudeau's going to be too strong. Beat Philp, and Clanger got home along the fence to run third. Then came Sun Gift, Breeze Pass, Storm Scene, Catenian. Awesome Warrior, High and Dry, Highly Dangerous, and last home in the race was Just the Drop. Number 7, Trudeau is the winner. Number 7, Trudeau, Dale Evans. Wanted to shift his ground in the straight. And this Canadian silver horse is a horse just on the way up at the moment, this fellow, and he's 1 and 1 well to pay $431.70, Trudeau. The race was set up for him because they went very hard in front. There was a lot of speed on at every part of the race. There were 4 vying for the lead early. Catenian finally got there. Then Awesome Warrior went up. High and Dry went up. And Just the Drop was always there. And when they came around the home turn, the rider of Trudeau, just Dale Evans, he just waited on the fence. And around the home turn, Catenian shifted its ground. Trudeau went through on the fence. Philp tracked up, got into the clear. But Trudeau went home very strongly in the straight to win. The number
there, but today hopefully he can jump out cleanly.
And then you wind up with race 7, number 3, Royal Lift Out. Looks a nice each-way chance.
Yeah, you know, he's an honest horse and he'll be there around the money, I hope, somewhere.
Well, Paul, good luck on your return to Adelaide race riding. I'm sure your colleague riders in the room will give you some stick at some stage today.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure they will.
And they're moving in well at Rosehill Gardens now for race 2. Sharp at $2.10 is the favourite. Now, there is one causing a bit of grief behind the gates there. Ian Craig can tell us more.
Talking about Sharp as Joe joins us, terrific debut here behind Hasner in a race just prior to the new year on the 28th of December. Now, Lookout's gone in. Lane Maloney replacing Brent Stanley. Brent held up in traffic getting here. Dodge the Shout is coming in now. So Monty Spirit and Colonial Express are the two to move in. Monty Spirit, one of a big string of horses owned by the Bates family, Mr. V and Mrs. Y Bates, trained by Noel Mayfield Smith. Talking about Monty Spirit, he's right, and Colonial Express is a halfway there. John Hawkes has 3 in it, Safety, Sharp and Ike Stream. Gay's got 2 in it, Spur Me On and Pompey Dancer. And a number of these horses with gear changes, about 5 or 6 of them. Now the starter goes onto the stand. Gates are back and they're off. Ike Stream and Monty Spirit a little slow, and Spur Me On first away from Colonial Express. Sports King out well, so too Safety. Sharp not far away, followed by Pompey Dancer. Then comes Lou Rouge and Al Jamil. Dodge the Shout very wide out from Nan Duty Grace, and then Look Out Ike Stream at Absolute Monty Spirit. Down the side, 650 to run. Spur Me On puts on the speed now. A length and a half Colonial Express, a similar margin. Safety inside Sports King. Sharp is out 3 and 4 wide from Pompey Dancer on the inside of Al Jamil, and Dodge the Shout deeper out to Ike Stream down Duty Grace. Monty Spirit getting right out of its ground now is Lou Rouge, and a length and a half further back is Lookout, straightening up now, and Spur Me On at the 300 marker. A couple. Safety. Sharp is still grinding away, and this trio are 3 lengths on Sports King, 200 to go, and Spur Me On's giving back as a great sight right up against the fence. A length and a half. Safety. Sharp can't win it, but it's Spur Me On in front and has proven too nippy for its rivals. Spur Me On beat Safety and Sharp, then Ike Stream, Pompey Dancer, followed by Al Jamil, Colonial Express, Sports King, Nan Duty Grace, Lou Rouge, followed home by Monty Spirit, Lookout and Absolute Dodge the Shout. Number 2, too nippy. Number 2, Spur Me On. Gay Waterhouse has won the first 2 races on the program here today. And Gay shares the ownership with Barry Gamer, well known in the car game in Newcastle. And he's had some pretty handy horses over the years, Barry. And his familiar colours there, dark blue, black and white hoop sleeves, red cap. Too nippy. Mitch Newman picking up the ride. Mitch, of course, well documented. Back only a short time ago after a self-imposed break from the thoroughbred racing. And he's come back in fine fettle. Handled that well and was too fast for them. Spur Me On.
Gay Waterhouse wins the first 2 races in Sydney today, with Spur Me On in the second, paying $4.90 and $1.70. We'll leave it there for the moment. We join Dan Malecki.
I said forecast on
Was played. It's a $50,000 race. Pinchbeck, the favourite, clearly drawn 1, has plenty of weight. Patrick Payne aboard. A win in 2 placings, including a Group 2 second behind Ras Sun, only beaten about a half a length. It's a stablemate, the filly Rinky Dink, easing second favourite. Tally Tango's been support for it. It's in a 670, but it's a little bit better than that on track. Syrinx just trimming up a little bit late. Potter at big overs, even though it's drifted out, but big overs. Rushwood going into the stalls now, and they're filling the gates pretty well. Race 3 is over the 1,000. Royal Flight about to move up. The bolter of the field at $72 plus. Royal Flight ready now. The favourite's drawn 1, Pinchbeck. Now Word Has It goes up and they're set for a start. Race 3 over the 1,000 metres. Ready to run now. Racing. Pinchbeck jumped away okay down to the inside. Word Has It was away well. Rinky Dink with speed. And also jumping out quickly was Tully Tango. It takes up the running. Fresh Boys right up on the speed in the early part of the race. And then Pinchbeck, who will travel up behind the leader. But with brilliant speed, it's Tully Tango who's able to lead. Rinky Dink is up to second. Pinchbeck's over on the rails. Third from Fresh Boys. Syrinx is fifth. Then Potter on the rails. 2 lengths to Word Has It. And then came Royal Flight. 3 lengths away. Bronc well beaten for speed today from Rushwood. And Dance Up. It's Tully Tango going like the wind, rounding the turn. Leads by a length and a half. In second spot, Rinky Dink. To the outside, Fresh Boy. Ridden along now was Pinchbeck, but it's Tully Tango. 200 to go. Over a length in front of Rinky Dink, who's trying to lift on the outside. Potter's running on. Tully Tango with 100 to go. Still the leader. Down the outside, Syrinx is running on. It's Tully Tango in front. Rinky Dink is getting up to it on the outside. Tully Tango, Rinky Dink. Rinky Dink got up. Rinky Dink in the last bound has beaten Tully Tango. Photo third, Syrinx, and wider out Word Has It. Then came Potter, a number of eye-catching runs. Royal Flight was a better run today. Pinchbeck struggled and they were followed home by Bronc, and then came Dance Up, Fresh Boy Weekend, and Rushwood out to the tail of the field.
Rinky Dink gets the cash from the recall AC yard. John Dedham up, third to be confirmed, 2 from 13 before we take you to New Zealand. Larry Olsen, late mail picks 5, 6, 2 and 1.
That's the way I'm going, Brendan. I'm sticking with the 5. He looks quite good in the enclosure. I think he's very good value out there. He puts in the run as he did at his last start. He's in it. I'm putting in Silver Ghost. I didn't have him in. He's a very fit-looking horse. And then I'm including the 2 and the 1. These are the horses I think look fit and well in the enclosure, not to say that the others don't. But a little bit of value here. I like the 5. 5, 6, 2, 1.
I can tell you, Joe, on course the 5, which is Larry's tip, is much shorter, a fair bit shorter than what you're taking on the toe to that $13 mark. There's a bit of value about the 1, no value about the 6 at the moment. The 7 remains similar to what they're betting on course, and at longer odds they've had a bit of a dabble at number 12, but it's unders on the toe. So that's an update. Race 3 is due to go in 8.
And placings have filtered through from Caulfield. In the third it was 2, 13 and 12 across the line there. Pinchbeck, the favourite, not finishing anywhere near the placings. Now, race 12, the final event in New Zealand, is coming up next. They're moving into the barriers for this listed race over 2,200 metres. And D.B. Bell has come up as the favourite at $3.50. They're ready to go there. Let's go trackside.
Gallagher Group, Martin Cup. Just 1 or 2 fractures. Gary Phillips at the top of the stand. Looking across the line, attendant with Super Belt and Being Supreme. Now they look ready. Kanga becoming unsettled. Walkabout now moving around. Look good, they are, hits the button, they're off and running in the Gallagher Group. Martin Cup and getting back to a clear last as Carpion. Super Drive goes back as to DB Bell in the early part with Honor Babe. Beginning quickly here, Walkabout. Small Town Boy straight up onto the speed, and it'll be a genuinely run Cup as they come past us the first time. Top of the straight will slot into trail, and then Bel Air and whipping up and around them, Mr. Esteem. 2 to Super Belt, covered up by Kanga. A length and a half to 2 to Princess Oregon. The outside College College Union. The next is Dondolask on the inside of DB Bell. A length and a half to the next, Being Supreme. Super Drive the centre of Millennium Star posted 3 wide. On a Babe second to last on the inside of Carpion, who won this 2 years ago. Small Town Boy and Leanisha would take a clear lead over to the 1400 metres. Lead by 2 lengths. Mr. Esteem is second and Walkabout is third on the inside. Top of the straight next, covered up by Bel Air. And then we have Kanga outside of Super Belt. College Union covers Princess Oregon as they gallop past the 1200 metres. Then DB Bell, who's back over on the outside. Dawn Till Dusk on the inside, and then Millennium Star. Super Drive behind these, Being Supreme and Carpion, and the last is On a Babe. Running down the back, they've got 900 metres to go in the cup, and Small Town Boy has left them to it. Small Town Boy put 6 and 7 lengths on them here from Mr. Esteem. Walkabout is next, and then Bel Air top of the straight. Kanga to Super Belt and College Union next on the inside. Princess Oregon to DB Bell as they reach the 600 metres. They're followed through by Dawn Till Dusk. Carpion's on the move. Being Supreme looking to push up between runners. Then Super Drive, Millennium Star, and On a Babe was last. It's still Small Town Boy giving them plenty to catch around the home corner. He straightens up 4 and 5 lengths in front from Walkabout. Kanga the outside, Mr. Esteem, College Union, DB Bell to the outside with Being Supreme and Carpion. Still Small Town Boy, 3 lengths in front. Here's the top weight, DB Bell coming after him. College Union, Super Belt in the centre, and now On a Babe. Oh, what a wonderful run from last. From last, would you believe she's got up and won? On a Babe, Super Belt, and then Small Town Boy. Back behind these runners, then Princess Oregon, DB Bell. The next time, College Union, and then Dawn Till Dusk, Carpion. Top of the straight, Kanga. Further away at the line, Super Drive, Mr. Esteem, Being Supreme, Bel Air, Millennium Star, and Walkabout.
That's now 4 wins straight to On a Babe, a tremendous effort to come from near the tail of the field to win race 12, the last in New Zealand, paying $5.70 and $1.90. Super Belt ran second, and a photo will decide third, placing the winner ridden by Michael Coleman. Race 3 at the Gold Coast coming up shortly, an 1800 metre race, and Pertrice is best fancied at $4.40. Stephen King is right.
In downtown Dubai ready. Race of Success stands in. He's a Treasure's Right. Very hard to see if they're all in the gates here. And from our broadcast point, but they're all there. And they're off and racing now. Good start out. He's a Treasure from the inside. The first to go. Pertrice quickly outside it. The Grey Silver Ghost gets the third in the distance, and VSR's going forward on the outside. No Static behind them. Rapondre being shuffled back on the inside. A Star Invader and Downtown Dubai slipping around them. Vauxhall goes back the third last, followed by City Mission and Race of Success last. Down the back, 1400 metres to go, and Pertrice the leader. VSR's in second spot in the distance. Races third. Silver Ghost is fourth, and 2 lengths away in the field, Downtown Dubai. He's over in fifth position. He's a Treasure's next on the rails. A length and a half to No Static. A half Rapondre midfield the rails. 2 Star Invader on the outside of Vauxhall, and a length together last came City Mission on the outside of Race of Success. Up on the top corner, 1,000 metres to go, and Pertrice with the ears pricked is the leader. Led by a length and a quarter to VSR. Silver Ghost is getting a lovely run, third on the fence, and in the distance is fourth. They're 3 lengths away there in front of VSR, or Downtown Dubai rather, on the outside of He's a Treasure. Another 2.5 to No Static. Rapondre's on the rails, and came Star Invader, followed by Vauxhall. Race of Success next to last, but starting to pick up ground, and last of all is City Mission. 500 to go, approaching the turn. Pertrice the leader. VSR second. Silver Ghost getting a good run third from in the distance. Downtown Dubai and Star Invader peeling out, and then came Vauxhall as they round the home turn. Well on the straight, 300 metres left to go, and Pertrice is the leader. Pertrice in front, tackled by VSR, and now Silver Ghost is sprinting very quickly today, and at the 200, Silver Ghost dashed to the lead. VSR, Pertrice. Rapondre running home from He's a Treasure, but Silver Ghost dashed away. He's home today, and Silver Ghost eased down, has won easily. Photo second and third. Rapondre, which didn't have